So we are back. We're using the Symbolin cards. And this is out of box messaging. Of course, from my divine panel of 8. So welcome in to my divine panel of 8 to divinely intervene for my highest good, aka the highest good. What do we want to say about this? It is 6:33 a.m. And let's just get started here, okay? Okay. So these are irrevocable presents for the wolf moon. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle these cards. Do a little bit of self-care, which means my original stuff isn't here, but that's okay. Okay. We use what we have. And that is that. Okay. So I'm going to go boop. 3, 2, 1. Cheese! Okay, on the left side, it looks like the Hermit card, basically Dark Night of the Soul, but it came in reverse. How freaking wonderful is that? Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and going for it. That seemed to be my calling yesterday, last night. I don't know if I should share the details with you, but let's get on with it. On the right side is a queen seated here with her apple. So this reminds me of is that the Golden Age of Hollywood tarot, the Queen of Pentacles. Apples were depicted. So that is what I take here. This is wonderful. This is again the master in all love languages. This doesn't mean that you're an ultimate softie, Tina, but rather knowing how to address different life paths with love. Yes. Okay. This is also this is like a boss babe. What else? But this crown is very royal. It's not any ordinary crown. It like has that tufted cushion look onto it. So it depicts not just like being crowned as such a figure, but it depicts royalty. Understanding of beauty. Not just in a singular eye, but a collective conscious totality. This also depicts the golden, like this ornate version of the high priestess and or justice. Do you see? The pillars are now golden. This is the Midas touch with justice. And divined from higher wisdom, almost like DNA strands coming through. You see? What else do we want to say from this? This is definitely the high priestess in high priestess energy, because you see the singular pomegranate here. We don't need to have a whole stream of pomegranates on a banner to show a depiction of wealth. This is a wealth of knowledge, its applications, and anything else that I'm getting from here. It matches the one on her skirt. So this is almost like a cape with its cascading view, except it's like full frontal view. So whether you're behind her or in front of her, you will get the picture. There is no mistake about that. Her throne, it also has those pillars. So even further, as she's seated, it's like making money while you sleep, but conducting justice, you know, like in sitting position. You know, like RBF, it's kind of like that, in that tone. All right, anything else you want to say? Out of box messaging for the wolf moon. Irrevocable gifts. Or irrevocable, yeah, irrevocable gifts. What fell in my lap is this like warrior here, but it came in reversal. I don't know if this is more of like, I initially got, it's like the Knight of Swords, so moving in haste, so then this is more of like a focused energy being in reversal. But then I also got, because there's warring depicted in here, a long path, it's kind of like the Five of Swords, but it's in reverse. Okay, so we've got to think about that. Okay, so this is focused energy in, they're saying trivial pursuits. So there's some mental energy here in play, obviously. But this is like gladiator energy, like embodied. So this is kind of like a forfeit, a focused forfeit. So eyes on the prize, the actual war to be won rather than just the battles. I wonder why. I feel like this is, even though it's focused forfeit, because it's in reversal and because of the depiction here, it looks like running from the castle, like moving in haste along path. So this is not rushing the pace, but it's also focus forfeit without abandoning, without without reckless abandon. This is knowing that there's no escape from this, but there's also, whatever this is, but there's an importance in being present. So I have that energy around me. I think this is a subconscious energy if I am to materialize it, because look, there's a dead man there also on the side. We could speculate and say that this energy, from what it looks like, moving in haste and with the fear shown on his face, like this is like a shock almost. Not necessarily fear, like being crumpled up into like a corner. This is like dismay, like, oh my god, I just found something out. Yeah, so this doesn't necessarily mean that this is like this person is guilty for this death. This could be causation from something else that this person found out, which, like, something's under attack, and it hit the castle. It actually hit neighboring communities, you see, like the lower income housing kind of communities. And I feel like this is a macrocosmic thing based on historic views, historic happenings, to be more accurate. And because it's a neighboring community, you know that you can like assume that it may hit this, something with more wealth. So it's like, you know, like stealing candy from a baby type of energy. It's like you flick off the weaker links as almost like a chummy, like, oh, patting you on the back to escalate into getting into this. So this is like lifestyles of the rich and famous kind of energy. So there's no bias to the energy that befell this character, like coming from here. Yeah, wow, okay. So, out of box messaging, irrevocable gifts for the full moon. Sometimes gifts are pieces of knowledge, whether accidental or done with intent, the bestowing of data. And based on this, the character, the recipient, there's data is just plain data. So its purposefulness is defined by the dimension of wisdom that the recipient has. And for this particular recipient, first off, if I'm to internalize, is one of great wealth. So a good, clean understanding, therefore transparency to what is going on. Now we don't need to we don't need to know the details, but we can certainly inquire about them. We can certainly sit in, like, on the board of directors and listen to the higher level inputs of data. And then we go from there. So this particular energy can cause major damage because on the shield there is, like, what is it? Sekhmet, I think? In a jaguar type of appearance with 2 swords, and he's holding one. However, this energetic does not move in haste in their methods. So this is not bloodthirsty energy, though they can certainly go there if needed. Yeah. This is Archangel Michael energy. However, in the beginnings of it, because the sword is, like, rather small. However, just as you cannot judge a book by its cover, nor a person by their appearance, it also means you cannot judge a warrior by their sword. 100%. So let's say my highest level of, or someone's level of education is one class away from graduating high school, from their high school diploma. You cannot automatically profile them as less wise than someone that has a PhD. 100%. One may have a heightened level of learnings in a certain division than another, but you cannot say, no one can say that one is more intelligent than the other. That would be a misstep. Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else that you want to say? My divine panel of 8. So it's kind of like, some people, like the what do you call it? The common people are excuse me, are freaking out. These are maidens that have seen that the dead have woken. Yes. One particular deceased energy has risen, and it's become quite personal in their messaging. Some people may be doing graveyard work, getting, like, graveyard dirt and doing like invoking energies, and they're paying for it. This is a reaping. This is pay up. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is not friendly energy. At least to this character. Maybe a friend to me in taking care of business, organically speaking. But it's time to pay up. And you cannot escape this. This energy cannot escape it. Yeah, I have chills all over right here. Right here. Yeah, I think you can see it. Oh, yeah. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy did not care. Fuzzy Wuzzy is indeed a plush bear. Okay? That's what it look like. Can you see? Can you see now? Oh my gosh. So you can tell the difference, I think. I certainly felt it. What else do you want to know here? Let's see how many grave sites that... Oh, somebody doesn't want me to speak. Ooh la la. I'm saying something right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 graves here. Yes. And one has this energy's name on it. Yeah. There's some need for meditation on our part. It's just like, that reminder. Yeah. So 7 grave sites. What does that depict? Like 7 of Wands? Ooh, an advantage. A hidden advantage. I like this. Nature is taking care of its business. All of its shiz. And this is a very committed energy. This is like a bridal veil type of energy. Yeah, this is the opening of the veil. Remember October 31st? That reading? The reference to that in the Emperor. This is 100%. Like, death has no bias to knowledge overall. So they know me, but they also know that energy. And the billing, the line-by-line entries have shown to be correct and valid. So now it is time to pay up. Now back to that committed energy. I have never seen this before, like noticed this energy, but it is calling, it's showing me. You see there's death, but then you see that veil, like it's bridal type of energy. So it's, yeah, this is committed energy. Like, so shall it be done, so mote it be type of energy. And again, this is irrevocable, an irrevocable gift. I like it. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at the bottom. Oh, look. It's the Hierophant card. Also, the Hermit. The Hierophant as a Hermit. Yeah, looking at the Akashic record. So this is a very well studied, well read, energetic. They're referencing the book, and by the book, even by old standards, they are showing where, like, the fairest maiden of all, like, where the crown truly belongs. Almost like the crown is a key to this portal. And this is an elder energy, or rather like an older one. So it's not like it's not like any 20-year-old. No, like ill intention and meanings there, but I'm just reading the cards. It's not a 30-year-old energy, nor is it a 40-year-old. Well, maybe, no, not a 40-year-old energy. This is, I would say closer to like 60 and up. But youthful eyes, firm brows, like firm, healthy brows. And based on facial recognition, facial reading, there's something about a directness in their ways. It's authentic and direct. This is a religious figure that is no stranger to death, you see. They understand time is of the essence. And I have that in tow. They also understand, they also backpack the understanding of darker energies. And this is a very like well-read energy on the landscape. So with this person's experience, they understand, not just understand this energy, but they are so well equipped that they have accustomed, like these, like, how do I say it? This is their familiar. You see, there's a fondness of this energetic to this. So this is a giver in like a variety of aspects. That's interesting. I've never seen it like that. Yeah, this is a big figure. And this is a very, very big figure. And so this person actually holds a shiz ton of power in order to get the compliance and the fondness of this character. So this person has like a lot of life experience. Okay, I have 10% battery here. So let me go ahead and hook up. Okay. Come on. Alrighty. Okay, let's position this accordingly. How am I gonna do this? We're just gonna do it. Actually, I know how to do it. There's several things that I'm working with here. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ching, ching, walla, walla, bing, bang. Shit. Is that gonna... Ah, it's sliding! Oh, I know how to do this. Give me a second. Alright, give me a second. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be just how it's supposed to be. Oh, darling. 22:22 on the clock. There you have it. Excellent, excellent. So, I'm gonna pull one more card out of here from my divine panel of 8. Excuse me. Like, hold on. Ugh. We're just gonna position this like so. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm encountering like extraterrestrial energy. They've been calling me to work on this project for the past 2 days, and I have been working on it like bit by bit. So now today is the day to overcome the apprehension of like actually working on it, like being more hands-on with it, like finalizing it, based on what happened yesterday, for sure. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. It's good energy. Okay, so this one I'm gonna say is just absolutely just for me. So what do you want to tell me, my divine panel of 8? Out of box messaging for the wolf moon, irrevocable gifts. What do you want to tell me? Sometimes the gift is patience, and it's loading, because we're looking for the accuracy of what is needed at this time. So we're not just going to pick any card from the deck. We're not going to go with that lower hanging fruit type of energy. There's patience is definitely a good thing. Is a good asset, a good hidden soft skill to have. So whether you're singular, whether it's independent studies or group or whatever, it's very much handy. So let's wear this my Chica Loca ring. Okay, understanding of both worlds, being between both day and night. This is Hecate energy. Also with like Freya energy, like a very reserved Freya. Because yeah, this is definitely the blending of Hecate and Freya. The gift is of knowing being positioned between two worlds, and understanding that it's a blessing to be put in that spot. So it's non-biased to what I can see versus what I cannot see so clearly. This is the agility of the broadening skills, the development of the aperture. Yes. Yeah, the agility of my aperture. The flex between day and night, what's seen and what's not seen. So this is being at a crossroads like 24/7. And therefore, knowing that holds a great deal of power, ritualistic power, that I hold a lot of tributes. Because, you know, when you're doing the crossroad type of energy, it's usually receiving a lot of requests in. Therefore, a lot of business. This is resting assured that its frequency is undiminished. Yeah, you know how there's like a law of diminishing returns? This is saying that it is continuous. There's a massive flow to this. So there's a river depicted on both sides, and I'm in touch with both. This is star energy. This is temperance energy. This is Statue of Liberty energy. There's a sense of freedom here in knowing that I'm in touch with that. Yeah. This is being guided by the North Star. This is definitely the star. Okay, so in the Witch's Tarot, the star card has 8 stars. The singular star that is centered, like the mosh pit energy, around the 7 is that North Star. And so there's just a singular North Star right there. So it's like acing it. Minimalistic type of view. It's without the flash of, you know, paparazzi type of energy. This is a simple knowing. And emulating that, like, it's noticeable to anyone. What else? There are no clouds here. Oh, this is a crystal clear understanding of oneself and one's positioning. Therefore, we can say the SWOT analysis is down pat at any given time. Yeah. So to her left side is daytime. And there are no butterflies in this, but there's a singular dragonfly. So dragonfly is the spirit totem here, which is like helicopter-like navigation, moving backwards, forwards, you know, up and down. This is kind of like, it's not just, this is kind of moseying along energy, like minding your own business, doing your thing. But the being known for the ability to move in several directions at any given, like at a whim, like faster than like snapping your fingers. It's instantaneous. That's on the left side. That's the recipient side. So if I need to retrieve messaging from here to there to whatever, I will receive it. On the right side, I don't see any spirit totem here. Let me just double check here. They're saying I do not need to have a spirit totem there. I am my own spirit totem in the night. Okay. Interesting. I feel like juniper is an herb to work with or to like meditate on. Being that it's showing me like on the day side. Yeah, they're showing me that like the trees, like the shrubbery, it's like pointing. It's like, I think that's a juniper type of brush. What is it? Energy. Okay. Foxtails is no. That's sea green. What is it? I know what the looks of it is, but I forgot the name of it. But it looks like it belongs in an aquarium. Okay. Okay, so I picked that there. And I'm going to use a terrestrial tarot. Like I said. I'm curious. Oh, I'm curious about what they want to tell me. Because they are eager, if not adamant, about relaying something to me. And it's a very, it comes off as a very personal tone. Like, this is for you and only you, Tina. Here it is. You are now ready for us to present this to you. It is, like the rush fee has been waived. Most people at this level would have some kind of, I don't know, you know, I'm not going to go there. But no, like, there are no fees on this. And so you cannot hold us to the standards of like gift giving that other entities do, like a hidden energy of you owe me type of energy, or I'm going to take from you, but you're not going to know what it is. It's kind of a wild card because I'm just giving this to you, and you think it's like, oh, I don't, you know, you assume that it's out of the kindness of my heart, but at the same time, you know that human level, nothing's for free. So I'm going to take from you, and it's going to be a wild card. So you, with this extraterrestrial type of energy, they're saying no. We're a different breed for sure. I am more like them than, like, I'm more like these extraterrestrial energies than I am to the latter. Okay. So I'm curious, what do they want to say? Like, they want to tell me something. They also want to supremely protect me because what I'm working on is very much affiliated with that. So anytime I touch on this project, up until throughout completion, like after you, how do I say this? I'm connected to this project. So even while it's a work in progress, just like I am, just like anybody else, you know, I can rest assured that I fall under the protection. So there's no haste in completing this project. But they are absolutely encouraging me to complete it. And it will open up a lot of portals, like, to channel from. So this is an extension of resources, is what they're saying. And it's like a direct connect. You know, like Nanu Nanu, beam me up, Scotty type of energy. It's a yes. So I'm guided to make this like trinket. It's like they're gift giving to me like it's a download of material as I'm creating this. Like, they are guiding me on how to create it as well with my ancestors. So beyond the veil, how do I say it? Extraterrestrial energy does, well, my contacts anyway, have also connections to what we understand on a domestic beyond the veil type of energy. So they're in it's like a conference call with my ancestors. Yes, it is. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. So there's more to be unloaded from this. Yeah. It's like a box within a box within a box, but the present isn't just the next box. It's like, but wait, there's more. There's something, like, as you open each box, there's something encased in it. Yeah, so it's kind of that dimension of gift giving from them. And that's excellent. Okay. All right. So my extraterrestrial kin, what do you want to tell me before I ask what the gifts are? I think just in the communication, that's a gift in its own. But they said, like, don't minimize yourself. Don't there's so much more to this. Okay. So what do you want to tell me, my extraterrestrial divine kin? Okay. Okay. Queen of Cups. I've been getting, oh, so good. Okay. So Earth accentuated. And then the struggle and embodiment here. 5 of Swords. Well, this fell in my cornucopia lap. Seriously. It started off like with coming out with a bunch, but you saw it fall. 5 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. This is for sure very, like, this is abundant energy. You have the supreme one up, Tina. The 10 of Coins belongs to you, and we are going to ensure that if there's any opposition, any struggle, that you automatically, like, you're not just a winner, Tina. You will win. It's not just like an airy, like, oh, it's a prophecy. Based on, like, energetic patterning of the now. They said that I have so much consistency that, like, I'm a record keeper in itself. So it professes an unchangeable, irrevocable, upstanding, like, matter of wealth. And this is material gain depicted here. Like, you feel it, you know it, you have your cup full, like it's half full, but it's going to be absolutely, like, filled to the brim. And it's, you know, like those cups that that never have, like, it has the illusion of its reduction when you turn it over. It's like forever filled. So that's crazy good. Okay. So wait. Where's, oh, here. Okay. So Earth. Okay. And Cups energy. So Queen of Cups and its Earth phase here. Oh, Cups, here we go. Queen of Cups. Feelings are sincere and authentic. The profound experience of connection. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. So good. Okay. Yeah, look. It has the stamen, I think, of that flower that I like always talk about. Like the cactus flower. Yeah. Okay, so Queen of Cups in Earth phase. Okay, the real contact is lost, a longing for truthfulness in feelings and love. So they recognize that I've had a lot of foul experiences, a lot of attempts in that area of trying to get to my heart chakra, pulling on the heartstrings, all of that, those type of manipulations. And so whatever deficit I am experiencing on that, due to my calling and how to move about and address my mission, it will be filled by this. There's an absolute validation, not just historically in how I've conducted myself, but but also recognition of what do you call it? Of compensating for those deficits. Like, yeah. So that's excellent. Okay. All right. Anything else that you want? Okay. So that's definitely that's a huge gift. Okay. So like, yeah, I got tired a lot of like a long time ago, when Christmas came along, and you go back to work, and whatever level of the hierarchy, you could tell where people were fixated on, even if it was just by casual convo, that was their acceptable way of like communicating. You must have received something, right? You must have received something good, right? And so I would never say in gift giving that my family has been frugal. They've made adjustments for the best presentation that could be offered. So it was always done with a level of practicality and with heart. And anything more would just be like on the like plus side, one up. But it never, like my family, how I was raised, okay, by my core structure, never I've never heard from any of their mouths like, oh, so what did you get? You know, what did you, that was never the initiating point of conversation, which that's something that I never realized until now. So I came from a good place by that standard alone. What else do you want to tell me? My divine panel of 8. You know what my grandpa used to say? That well, I will say that let's just say, let's talk about the vibe, okay? Like, if you ever felt embarrassed or at a lacking upon such a gathering, like that was never like I was never put in the position of feeling at a lacking, like I was less welcome if I didn't have this or that. And they worked hard enough to be able to have certain resources in order to make up for any deficits like that. So if somebody was forgotten about for a certain reason, that was always compensated for. And that was a rarity. but it did happen at least once. Um, mm, so it was always important to be present. Like, you didn't have to bring anything. You didn't have to get anything. They just wanted us to be there. So that was great. Because when you have a young family, and you're moving from house hopping for the holidays, that's a struggle in itself. Like, the scheduling. If both families, or all families, let's say, are close knit and are known to spend like X and X and X amount of hours a family time together. And so that alleviated one struggle for me. Actually, it didn't diminish it. Well, how do I say it? It didn't eliminate it, but it did lessen the struggles that I had with my former partner. Yeah. Yeah, because it was still a struggle. There was still, yeah. So, okay. What else do you want to tell me? That one. Page of Cups in reverse. So there's hidden admirer energy here. What's that song? I was like, didn't know a heart could be a spade or something like. I don't. It was in the lyrics of a song that I had channeled recently. I don't know how hearts can be a spades, or spades. Yeah, something like that. So hidden admirer energy is almost like Gollum type of energy with that, like from hearts to spades. And it could be as innocent as like someone initially like being provoked or compelled by what their heart tells them. But then there's a stopping point because like they're all up in their head. Spades energy, swords energy. And so, but then on the more devious note, it could also mean someone who is, who has a certain fondness, but there's, it can easily transition to like fighting energy, warring energy. Yeah. So I'm more timid with this presentation of the Page of Cups. I don't want to say timid, a little reluctant, yeah, I would say, with this presentation, that context of the Page of Cups in reversal. So, what's the clarifier for the Page of Cups in reversal? So, Gollum, everybody has their own place, right? And Gollum ended up being, moving from antagonist to protagonist. And in the story. Yeah. So that's why I wouldn't say timid, like a mark of fear, but rather apprehension. Yeah, yeah, a little bit of reluctance, but more so, to be accurate, apprehension. Like, okay, so what do you want to tell me about that? Two of Swords in reverse. Status quo. Okay. So here there is a flex in not having to meet the standard. So this is definitely out of box gifting. So these like kind of questionable energies that are hidden and have a fondness I can just accept the fondness. The hidden part is something that they have to deal with more than what I have to deal with. Because this resource is presenting like a hidden open door, like a trap door. Oh gosh, yeah, a trapdoor opportunity for both that energy and mine, like that open road, you know? It's unblocked type of energy. It's a presentation of free will, and also like a hidden presentation of a crown. Yeah. So to be seen is a sense of vulnerability. And so that crowning achievement in one's feat or challenge to show in order to be seen is a bilateral gift. So it's obvious for me, but it's more so like a crowning achievement for this character. So you allow free will to take its, like, nestle in its seat. Yeah. So this is good. Okay, so should I talk about my night last night? Oh my god, frickety freak. There were so many signs. But like I told you, I was just like I want to believe the best in people. And so I give them the opportunity to do so. So this is the first meetup. Oh, wait. Oh, hold up there. Okay. My extraterrestrial kin, divine kin, and my divine panel of 8. What is your comprehensive view on relaying more details on what happened last night? King of Swords in reverse. Ooh. It's a major shit talker. It's someone who doesn't know how to use their words unless it's aggressive energy. So it's someone who's flagrant, boisterous, misuses their power, and is very cutthroat. But on another note, it could also mean, because we're going to get a clarifier for that, is some, you know what? Let's see. 5 of Wands, battle. No, somebody that definitely wants to stir up some shows. Okay, so I can talk about it. Okay, so I met this person from what seemed to be proposed as chance. And there were so many signs. I don't even know, like, I could take up a whole they said 2.5 readings I could take up in discussing this. But there were so many signs. One, they kept touching, like, my stuff, you know, without the invite. This is not the first time I've actually met this person. This is probably, like, the 4th time I've physically met up with a person, but, like, this is relative to my work. But this is the very first meetup in which it was just like it was supposed to be a casual outing. I wanted to make sure that there was no assumption whatsoever, and that I had my standards in place. So as it was told in my cards, that it was highly recommended to be more spontaneous. So I went with that. I was like, okay. And I totally forgot. Yesterday was the 111 portal. I did not know that until I was, like, putting in the dates. I was like, motherfucker. No wonder he wanted it to be today. And so I was just moving along innocently, like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm supposed to do this. And I was supposed to do this, but only up until a certain point. And it was like, perfection, like magnifique. They could not ask for more. Like, I didn't just like put the last nail in the coffin. I freaking, like, it was a burial. Like, it was like boom energy. For sure. As Emerald would say, bam, for sure, with more gusto. And so they're saying, like, you just had to be there. So they're saying everything worked out according to plan. You did the world justice. You did several worlds justice in how you conducted yourself. And every emotion and every energetic motioning that we do here is like a separate Akashic records to the extraterrestrials. Because if they are if they are in contacts, like if they are which they are, in direct links with like earth energies, like terrestrial energy, Jesus, like stones, crystals, etc., cousin to their own, then they would also have that like in other elements. So how we move, how we conduct ourselves is a separate like record keeping entry for them. So whatever I'm experiencing, they know full on everything that's going on. Yeah. So I don't have to stutter in explaining myself, like finding the words to explain everything. They bear witness to what occurred. Not just from my eyes, my experience, but that of others. And there are disciplinary measures in place, but more so, they're fixated on preservation of their assets. And I'm a very good asset for them, which means that they are taking a direct hand in protecting me by all measures. Yeah. Yeah. So if there's some weird stuff going on around here, like unpredictable eclipses or energetic, like electric pulses and frequencies that are almost like poltergeist level, that's them. When it comes to me, I have good energy around me. I don't have disturbed, like, living dead or, zombie type of energy coming at me. I'm at a place where I can rest assured that that kind of energy is coming from them. Okay, so anything? Oh, okay, so I don't even know where to start. Okay, tell me where to start, please. There were so many signs, like, it's just like, it's not like, how did I not see it? It was more like, you have to let things play out. Like, you have to trust your good nature, Tina. So, and you followed the instruction to, like, go, 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 leave. One thing I have to say in teaching people out here is when you are invested as much as I am in what I'm doing here, you do good work, you do like excellent, fantastic, phenomenal work, extraordinary work, so well that it can be difficult and to account for just by words. And so when I had connected outside of my job, I observed that he was also creative in like photography, and from verbally what he shared with me, like writing. But I think he experienced writer's block, and that's why I think he also wanted to take from me, to reignite that his passionate pursuits and excel in them without similar inputs, similar dedication. And so when I observed that, I was just talking to him. I was like, oh, so, so how did you get to this? Or is this, like, it was just, I wouldn't say it was, I was just curious and interested in other people's artistry, right? And the origination point of it and how they feel about it and et cetera, like that shit. And so, when he asked me what I was doing, I said, well, I'm doing my tarot thing, and also applying for other jobs, like regular full-time jobs. He had nothing to say about my artwork. And I'm not here fishing for compliments, but if you do something as well as I do, and there's no interest, no commentary in like giving you flowers basically for what you do, it's a lie. You know what I mean? Pretending that you haven't been exposed to something real, true, genuine, is an upright lie. It's like disrespect. And so the ignorance level on that is like, someone's coming from a dark place when they know that words hold power. They're like closeted practitioners, right? So they're not going to provide any commentary on what you do best, like what you're known to do. And that goes for like fellow readers here as well. It's the same type of energy. But there were a lot of signs. And also it's like, oh, I left this place because, with rough sketch, like it was bad energy. It became unsafe. You can tell from the environment that nothing was going to be done about it, if not accentuated. That's their historic view. That's what I've learned, and it's not like escaping. Like, I've done my part here, and now it's time to pack up and go. So without so many words, I just told him, okay, I'm doing this and that. But I left the place because it was just, it was not good for me. It was actually quite, if I stayed, it's not good. And so because of the nature of that umbrella, there was no encouragement, like, I'm glad you did, because like you're so much better than that. There was no like accentuating like that kind of support. Okay, so those are other signifiers. Another obvious one is this being supposedly being casual, is that he put his hands on my legs, and like that's not casual. And there were just certain like questions that I positioned towards him that were like very innocent, but I would like to know the facts, and I'm going to be straightforward, so that it's just best to work with the facts, right? So I asked him if he was, first, how old he was, and I said, thank God you're not at like 20, in your 20s, because I'm not like, no, not doing that. And he was like, why? I said, why? Like, he was so intrigued by that. But it was strange. Like, why would you question shit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. And then, I asked him, he said, ask me anything. I said, are you seeing anyone? and I'm not being territorial here. I just want to know, like, I'm not going to go after somebody that's already in something. And he laughed and he stuttered. And I said, oh, okay. That's just a lot. So that's fine, you know. But then there were other things. He was affiliated with Chanel. Can you freaking believe that? Holy smokes. And there were inconsistencies with it. Like, he was straight up lying to me, like, in the present tense. He said, he just started, going there, to this location, like his first time was like the first time that I'd gone. And he said, and he backed up and he said, oh no, there was one time before that. And I was like, how could you live in the same, like thinking like, how could you, aftermath, I was thinking, how could you live in the same city, basically neighboring, you know, and this is your first time going there, or even like the second time, you know. And then when Chanel was brought up, you know, because I asked, I was like, so who tended to you before, or like who is your person? And he said Chanel. He laughed and he said Chanel. And I could tell by what he was saying that there has been more than one discussion, more than one sitting in discussion. And then he said, you know, and then continuing this discussion, showing this inconsistency, that he said that there are some people that, you know, work there every day. And so, like, in hindsight 2020, I was thinking, like, if you've only gone there like 4 times total, if you're claiming to have gone there only 4 times total, then how would you know if there are, like, if there are girls or, you know, people that show up every day? You know, how would you be able to affirm that if you weren't there like more than 4 times? And so there's that. And just like, I know that there was more than one sitting because he was talking about her character and saying, like, you know, it seems like she has a lot of brothers. I was like, oh, so like very casual. And I was like, he was trying to find the wording for it. And I said nonchalant. He was like, yeah, nonchalant. But I think the correct wording for it was that it's like detached. Yeah, like I could care less. Like, I'm just, you know, here for the here or whatever. Like YOLO type of energy. And I think that is pinpointed in its accuracy. So less invested, definitely. Unless it's here and now for her. And I said, you know, I think it's, I think the part of the toiling I encountered with her is because it was perceived to be my only direct competition. I'm not saying that she is my direct competition, because I would never think that. But that the perception on the exterior is that we are, the presentation is probably the closest out of the collective. And so there were several things. Okay. And I said, you know, before this, before coming here, I actually, you know, had like 2 or, do you know what psychic attacks are? And by his hesitation and the eye contact and the facial expression and all of that, he's like, I don't really know. I'm not. playing dumb, and but I didn't acknowledge it at that time. Well, kind of, some I did. That was a clear flag. And I said, well, they're like migraines, you know, like isolated migraines, pinpointed. And but it's like, it didn't take me down or anything. Like, I know how to handle it. That's what I told him. And then but like, before I even finished telling him, which was like a short excerpt, he said, maybe you drink more water. It's like, no, it's not that kind of migraine, dude. And so that's gaslighting. And about an hour into the movie, there's so many things. I'm not going to make it about him, though. When I became more like detached and calling back my power, he, like, I was on the right side of him. So instead of him being like trying to be like kind of touchy, he had his elbow here on the rest, and he was like this. He was like that the whole time. And so at that time, I felt multiple attempts at psychic attacks. I'm like, oh, it's this motherfucker. And then and then so I know how to deal with that kind of energy. But at the same time, I had to go pee. Well, not the same, but prefixing that, I had to go pee, but I was holding it. And I was like waiting for like the part of the movie where it's kind of a little bit of a hesitation, but an hour in, you know that like there's going to be some things that you want to see, right? That's even like anticipating. So I'm like, hey, I gotta go pee. And I was like, this is a perfect freaking time to go. And I'm not going to tell you all the things that happened, but that was a clear way to get out of that. Yeah. So there were many other things, but those, I just wanted to teach my my collective, like, just on identifying these things. But like, I was thinking, like, should I go? Should I stay? Like, he's like, how would I feel if somebody kind of like basically stood me up amidst like, you know, the happenings? Like, but I was thinking, like, no, this person tried to attack me on a very noticeable level, almost like tantrum, like, you know, like if you don't let me put my hands on your legs, then I'm going to access you a different way, you know, a more aggressive way. So it's like stomping your feet like a little freaking toddler, and taking matters into your own hands like that. There were other things where like he had candy and he was like, he selected one, and I know he had the intention of trying to feed me it, but I just took it from his hand. Like, I don't know, it was an inkling of a feeling, so I just took it and then I ate it. But the fact is that he handed it to me. So anyone that hands you something, any consumable, they can immediately put intention into it before you ingest it. And so I declare my energy. But what else was there? That's all that I'll say for now. I feel like that's enough to teach my collective, like, some key identifiers. And it's just like, I felt like there's something wrong. Like, the cards would just not tell me. It was just like, all like, no, everything's great. No, everything's fine. No, 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 no. Like, no, this person, like, is totally in love with you. It's totally like, but he's keeping it hidden, you know, like all that stuff. And I was like, no. I know my experience. That's not it. So what is going on? And I sense the energy too. So like, all throughout, the yes, no, like I was my own pendulum, like just centered, grounded, as the high priestess pendulum. And I asked, like, should I leave? And then, like, I felt the energy. It's like, yes, 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 yes. And then I said, should I stay? So I said, and it was like blank. So I must have asked at least 5 times. I would say close to a dozen times, actually, like 10 to 12 times. And it was all, it was all yes, like go now. And then the more like I felt it in my body, like go, 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 go while you can. Excuse me. And so there was that. And you know, I just channeled the playlist, and my extraterrestrial kin or off-grid kin, however, like my they help with the playlist, and I know which one is like noise, and like I know which, like when there's like interference trying to jumble up the messaging or whatnot. So I know how to distinguish those things. But after I put the playlist together, they gave me about like 90% of the material. Usually it's like 70% until completion. But this one was like a good chunk. Like I did so well that it was just like aced it. And so when I checked out that playlist, that is insane. Can you it was insane. It was so insane. There were so many signifiers. Like I had no idea, because like some of these videos, like I had no, I've never seen them, or like I never like seen the detail. I don't recall any of the detail. But number one, he had like a long name, so a double first name, and like a double hyphenated last name. Should I relay that? Page of Pentacles. I can share a bit about it. I didn't memorize his little name, but at least, you know, consciously, maybe subconsciously, there's an imprint there. Probably. But because it was such a major offense, and this was not a singular effort, but it was a singular agenda. Like it was a multi-level agenda, like a multi-level marketing, you know, yeah, MLM scheme type of energetic intention agenda. And so his name is Alex. His second name is Anthony. And I could tell by his attitude and what I had channeled from the previous, like he's been in my energy for a little while. You know that song, Gold Digging Girls Driving Me Crazy, I Can Take No More. Anyway, that's his attitude, right? Partial to it. Because on that album cover, it said Tony. And I was like, even before like the invite or whatever, I was like, why is Tony important? Like, what is that? Like, I usually am not like singular to that. And so now I know. And then looking at the videos, he also has like a long ponytail, you know, like, well, he had braids or whatever, but long hair, like almost like long like his mine, but like not full head of it, like kind of like just like right here. And then so he had a ponytail or whatever. And in one of the videos, I was like, I've seen this video so many times, and all of a sudden, like, one dude has a ponytail over here, like that long. And then he also drives a Jeep. It's not like the huge like Hummer type of vehicle Jeeps. This is he I was like, oh, I forgot you said you have a Jeep. And he's like, yeah, but it's, you know, it's a small one. And I was like, a Jeep is a Jeep. And you can recognize it easily because it's blue, but it's not your usual blue. It's more like more of like kind of like that blue, not like your usual blue. Yeah, with some black trim. And there were so many Jeeps in that in my playlist. And then there was something else. There were other things that showed me his like demeanor, his attitude, his energetic imprint. I was like, look at that. Look at that. We got it. We got all of it together. So I can say these things, and usually I don't like talk about these, but that was a major offense. On the 111 portal, prefixing the full moon and pretending like, oh, I said, like, oh, something. I said something about the full moon, and he again played dumb with me. And the fact that it wasn't a singular, like, willed upon, like, intention, this was a major offense. And because I was guided by a higher power, it was so masked and so disguised, to leave, to get out. It was, I've never had that, well, no, this was strong to, like, all of the implications on what was relayed in that playlist was a collective intention. Like, I'm not going to say like, oh, all of that would have happened in that singular night, but that was the collective plan to handle me. So that I can say his name. I think part of his last name was Hernandez. I'm not 100% sure. Should I give the IG handle on that? 7 of Swords, Wonderment. That would destroy him. But I can tell you what he does for a living. So his side job, supposedly, or currently, is doing like photography for bands, let's say, like concerts, like local bands. And he's into like bass con, and but I didn't see any like bands that he was like contracted for. And then primarily what he does for a like 24/7 type of job is this as an electrician. So right now he's obtaining his contractor's like license to do like subcontracting type of work, like, so, to do it by the book legit. So oh my gosh, and I'm just hearing lights, Ellie Goulding, like referencing back, like, oh, that it all makes sense now. It's not like she's just like playing to the beat of her own drum, and then like in the environment, like the SWOT analysis, there's that kind of energy. This is like blaring all of this energy, but like this is not like just talking like, oh, spiritually, in a spiritual sense of the offense. This is very much pentacle energy, something that was a desired manifestation by any means necessary. And so it's just like, I am astounded by the measures. And I like assessing like his living situation. Lives in an apartment, and then the living situation isn't so great, this and that. I could see the incentive in wanting to take from me, like the obsession to take from me. So 100%, it's important to hold your ego aside. So when you receive accolades, you receive them from a proper place, not from, like, let's say Selena, the singer, that Latina singer, her maid or her assistant, like understanding not just obsession, like in its divine sense, like, oh, like almost like a harmless energy to me, and more of a destructive energy to the person like harnessing that energy. That it's that it can be very ill positioned, that it does carry a very destructive force in its methods. And so that was a newer level of understanding for me, that I couldn't just be appreciated on a heightened level. And I don't really want anyone to obsess over me. It was just, you know, like I just kind of like shrugged it off, like, okay, you know, um, I don't know. I just shrugged it off as maybe just like a major crush type of energy. And so it was very important for me to establish, like, okay, so before we even consider this, like, it's just like casual, because you know I'm like easygoing, right? And you like I'm paced and I'm easygoing, right? So that's why I had that particular prefix. And so there was just so many things there. Okay, so oh my gosh, 85 minutes, holy smokes. Okay, so my divine panel, what do you want to say with regards to that? Page of Swords in reverse, a total liar, straight up liar. Yeah, that's how obsessive that is. Oh, and one big ass thing is that I told you, like, nobody is gonna like compliment me off of that. Nobody's like, there's like, what the fuck? Is like, I'm not gonna ask, but like, okay, you do you, Tina. But I don't know how the intention was pointed to it, but he clearly said, oh no, I really like it. I really like that. And this is the only thing that he did not touch, like, ever. And so it's like, this is definitely a closeted practitioner. I wouldn't say dormant practitioner, a closeted practitioner, like purposefully hidden. And no one would know what the frick, like, the significance of this, like to be able to point that out singularly and say, like, I really like that. That's cool. They would know what that means. So that means, like, oh, so you countered an attack on your throat chakra, on your, like, just boosting your immunity levels, basically your balance. And so, like, that was kind of like a hidden accolade from one dark practitioner to another practitioner, and saying, like, that was actually supreme accolades from that character without him even like consciously realizing it. So you could tell that was a very careless energy, because they didn't understand what they were doing when they were saying that, what that actually meant. But I knew I was like, you've never lied to me, right? Like, you're not lying to me, right? And he's like, no. No. And I said, never lie to me. So that was like at a midpoint before like the 1 hour mark, I think. Yeah, because it was like, I got there early, so there was like 20 to 30 minutes of like just sitting there like talking or whatever. And so it was done then. And I knew that when I said that, that was going to set the tone, that there was going to be karma, like disciplinary karma attached to any misgivings. I was like, covered myself. I'm so good. I was very straightforward, you know? There was nothing left to assumption there. So my divine panel, okay. What do you want to tell me? So again, this is just, I'm investing in relaying these things for the matters of a resource to, for my collective to learn from, so that they, because it was very, very hard to detect. And so, like, I want to gift that to my collective, so that they're not put, like, in the arena of what kind of chaos could happen in their lives. Yeah. That was like, looking at that playlist, those are horrible intentions. And people have gone through that. So if I can put a stop to that, which I can, then I will. Huh. Okay. My divine panel, what do you want to say? Where is that? It's down there. Gosh. I'm gonna get it. Okay. The moon card accentuated. Look at that. Full-on manifestation. What is it? Murphy's Law? But it's like very in like a controlled atmosphere. It's like what can happen will happen. So like what you by sheer willing, like your petitions are gonna make its way through. It's like making headway. You see? Making headway. Accentuated. So yeah. So people are in for a big surprise. For sure. For sure. Okay. Oh, here you are. Okay. It's like a happy snake / ribbit hybrid. You see? Like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you, Tina. Like, is somebody trying to like mess with you like that? Come, my baby Tina. Like, look at this. Look at, is this a snake / so reptile? So snake / frog type of energy. It's like, oh, Kermie type of that kind of energy. Like that. They're just saying like that sucks. I'm sorry you had to be like. I mean, it's. Just like my human experience alone, they're just like empathizing with me, but they're also there is a validity in what I did experience, but they're really trying to, they're really in the means to keep me safe, knowing that, like, pinning down, like there's so much to learn, to understand there's just, what they're saying is there's so much to discover. And while I'm in that mode, there's also the other spectrum of like, there's a desire of wanting to pin me down, like pinning down this butterfly, pinning down this moth or whatever. So it's like people are not doing the work in order to access heightened knowledge, but rather they're trying to like steal for like look over at somebody's sheet and like trying to jot down the answers. But this is aggressive energy and like, no, we're gonna like kidnap you, hold you hostage, because now I have the like the goose that lays the golden eggs, basically. Oh yeah, for sure. It's sick. Like that playlist showed me a lot. Man. Okay. Anyway. Irrevocable gifts. Okay. Out of box presents for the full moon. What do you want to tell me, my divine panel of 8? Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I don't know if any of you guys are seeing this, but like on my videos now, I'm getting like heinous like very like unstable energy comments, and I know it's my ex. I know 100, like that. Basically, what you're seeing are excerpts of texts that I get. I don't even need to respond to them. Like, it's weird. Like, I know it's coming from like a burner account or something, because I can see it on one account like as an exterior, but when I jump into my like YouTube like creator thing app, or even this channel, and looking at the comments, none of them are there. So it's like, I don't that they're meant to be isolated to me and like aggravate me or something. Like, I don't, dude, that's all you, man. All right. Anything? Okay, that one. 3 of Swords in reverse. So it doesn't hurt me. You know, all you're doing is hurting. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. You know, that's what that is. It's not hurting me, so it must be hurting you. Like, it's a two-way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you meant that from a singular channel, like a direct channel, and it's like I don't even have to return to center. Like, that's just all you, man. Like, that's not even mine. Like, clearly, okay. So when you're in court, you kind of admit certain, there has to be like collective consent in admitting material. So, what I learned, which is like, it was kind of cool, like being in court and learning like the process of things, like just being, opened into that. And so you admit the reference materials, and then the one side says, okay, can you read this statement for me? Do you understand this statement? Okay. And then you make your like blah 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 blah. And it's kind of like, it's self-evident. We hold these truths to be self-evident kind of energy. And so that's what that is. It's kind of like, it's all you, man. So bottom of the deck. The ruler, oh my gosh. Rick the ruler. Crumbs. What is that? Do you even say that? And I don't know what to say. But yeah, that's crazy. This is very much like turning a new leaf, but it's like foundations, like behind that Queen of Pentacles. Oh yeah, second time's charm. So yeah, I've really mastered this. Like, I've aced this first exam or pop quiz. Yeah, definitely. And just saying, like, I think I am like maybe in the 1% or top 2% that has ever passed the this exam. 1%, 2%, 3%, 2%. So I can't be like, oh, I'm the only one that has done this. Because if I follow the numbers and it wasn't any of those, then I would revert back to saying, like, am I the only one who has done it? But no, then I said 2%. Yay! And it's so crazy good. Okay. Top of the deck, no secret to my saucy. Oh, coming from the dark night of the soul, the sage. It was like, I know, but there's so much more to know. All right. So exercise care in finding out is what they're saying. Okay. So I have 3 people here, so I'm going to do pull 3 takeaways for you, okay? Your first takeaway, madame, is 10 of Swords, a massive sleigh. Do I have assassins here? Clarifier for that is Queen of Swords. I do have people who know how to slay here, that ace it. Excellent. Oh, I got the chills like on my back and my elbows. Support. Yes. This is like the Amazon warrior, like, what do you call it? What's her name? Not She-Ra. Wonder Woman energy. Like the Amazonian, like, that's that energy. Adventurous and like acing it to the point where there's no real pleasure in the slaying itself, but the adventuring. Like, this is good. I like it. He's so good. So very like mastering the mental scapes. Yeah, cool. Okay, my second your second takeaway is 9 of Cups in reverse. So this is redefining happiness as exhibited in the adventuring type of energy. But your qualifier or clarifiers are the Warrior or the Chariot card in reverse and water in reverse, the element of it. So, yeah, it's like, what does it mean to show up? Because you're bringing yourself to it, and you know that yourself is like so much more than just like this facet of being like Athena type of warrior. So there's a fluidity in like knowing, like kind of like a rumbly in your tummy, rumbly in your tummy, but it's like butterflies, like the butterfly effect within like your almost solar plexus chakra region. But it's like, you know, like you drink a lot of water and you're jogging. It's kind of like similar. It's that kind of energetic, like there's something ignited in you, but it's very much in the feels. Like I want to be part of this. I don't want to be just a doer or just known to execute certain things and doing well at it at that. I want to feel the feels of there's more to this than that. Just as I am more than what I am seen to be. So there's a reestablishment of what makes you happy. So I'm going to read from the book because I want to know what the Chariot card means in the water element. It doesn't show me. Oh, wait. Okay. It shows it in the prefix. Okay, so let's read the Warrior, the Chariot. The sword below and the surroundings above are one in and with his body. Victory, balance, tenacity, purposefulness, orientation. The situation is under control. The warrior acts carefully and without allowing himself or herself or themselves to be distracted. Strength, watchfulness, clarity, knowing what you are doing. The way has to be paved. Ooh, this give me chills. Okay, in the water phase, you make a connection with the new and original shape. You allow it in your heart so that new dynamics are created. It is you. Look at that. We covered it. Look, my extraterrestrial kin, divine kin, or just nanu to you too. Okay. But like, this is wonderful. Like, you know my journey with feminine energy that has decidedly shown to be like victimized, and therefore they overcompensate with bullying. So like this appearance of like prestigious divine feminine energy is like, wow, like that's not just a gift, those are keepers for sure. Yeah. All right. Okay, so your third takeaway is 3 of Pentacles, birth of form. It's happening. You're happening. This is building more opportunities for you. This is kind of like the 7 of Cups embedded in here. So there's a variety of opportunities to follow, like new open doors. So like your standard of understanding, like what kind of what doors have opened previous are like plain Jane compared to like what's about to open up for you. This is like, oh, like this massive flower, the one with the stamen that I told you about. It's yellow in my banner here, but like in my avatar picture, it's the pink one. Both the same kind, but oh, what was I gonna say about that? So it opens up and you're like, oh, it's so beautiful. And then like the next day it's like like that. That's how you are. that's what's you're like, oh, I didn't think it could get any better. You know, that kind of energy. Okay, yeah, again, it's an awareness. Like, cause it kind of did a diving board type of energy. Like, yeah. So, your clarifier for that is it was meant to happen this way. Your inclusion is this is like totally like Lord of the Rings energy. Like you opted in for this. You kind of like, it almost like stumbled upon, maybe opted into it, like just casually like entered. Yeah, I wonder what this is all about. Or, but like, you know, like, you know, just in the line of duty, you know, same, what, just another day living in the hood, you know, kind of like that kind of entry. And it's like, what? That's yours. Okay. All right. So my 3 takeaways are, first one being 8 of Pentacles, shaping. Like, this is active mastery. So it's a build upon. It's constant, like, so this is not just like annexed energy. This is like building up as well. Yeah, so clarifier for that is, and doing well at that. So it's like sound architecture, sound, a sound build. 6 of Cups in reverse. This is indebted also to ancestral energy. Like, this is also hidden past life. Like, you have this knowledge, Tina, from your past lives, but there's also kinship within the ancestral realms that assist with building these foundations. So it's not like just shake what your mama gave you, shake what your great grandparents, you know, whatever, what they gave you. So we're talking about like different eras. This is, yeah. Okay, that's my first takeaway. My second takeaway is, oh, wait. So it's not just, 6 of Cups is not just relative to kinship or past lives. There's another meaning to it as well. I'm supposed to, no, I can look that up later. I forget, but I have to expand upon that meaning, maybe privately. Okay. All right. My second takeaway is 6. Wait. That's weird. I have 2 6 of Cups in here. Before we had 2 10 of Pentacles in here, so I think it belongs. One of them belongs to the other deck, but like, as above, so below, Tina. You don't even have to look it up. You have friends. You have. Oh wait, no. Wait, that's 4 of Cups. Okay, so 4 of Cups. No, this is okay, so let me go back. Okay, rewind. So 4 of Cups in reverse. This is a multiple choice question. You got it correct. In the amplified version of like, the best choice is to focus on what you do best. Because it branches out into other arenas that you can excel in. But you're like, this is good. Like, core workout hit, like, workout. And it's further amplified by the 6 of Cups. So they're saying that I'm right in both aspects. Yeah, it's still all coming together. Clarifier for the 6 of Cups is 7 of Wands in reverse, tenacity. Yeah, this is, they're saying also focus on the relationships that you do have that are solid. Focus on what's on your plate and who's right beside you, who's been beside you all along. This is like rolling up the sleeves. Like, I'm going to assess it myself. I'm not going to pay somebody else to do it. I'm not going to depend on anybody else to do it because I have the upper hand and I can delegate. Like, just because you can pay for a maid doesn't mean that like you should always invest in one. Like I said, cleaning does calm me. It puts things in, like, it's a practice in itself, and putting things in order and making those miniature decisions that add up to supplementing the big build. So it's you know, just rolling up the sleeves, like, you know what, I'll put in the work to the ones that, you know, have been really like supporting me. This is also, there's one more clarifier to that. I'm not sure what that is right now, but find out. It's also chief energy. Do you see this head energy? Okay, this is 9 of Swords in reverse. Oh, the Emperor card just fell down with another but in its accentuated form. So, this isn't saying that you're, that I am, what do you call it? Neglecting these relationships, because they're solid, they're standalone. They understand, like, if I need to take a break or I need some time to myself, or you know, I'm just doing things, they still stand strong. Like, they don't need an explanation. There's no, like, prompt to overgive for, you know, time that, you know, has passed. And they're like, don't sweat it. But this is correct. Like, this is like the type of energy where these are solid relationships where I don't have to, like, I'm not going to be repositioned in how I feel about this energy. Like, this energy is factual. So if somebody is like saying one thing, like talking trash about this type of energy, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I think you're right about that. You know what I mean? Like, there's for, like, where do you come from on that, you know? What is your intention in, you know, all of that, in saying this to me at this time? You know what I mean? So there's, yeah, that's what they're saying about that. On rolling up the sleeves, like, no, you assess for yourself. You, how is it? This is the low-key advantage of being recognized in these relationships, because these energies would not stick around like that if there wasn't, like, something valuable to invest in and exchange with. 100%. Okay, so I want to see what fell down here. I have to pick it up with my toes. Queen, oh yeah, so it says 2. Okay, but right behind that is a very aggressive energy that wants to make itself known. So there are, like, energies that are trying to come through and trying to, like, damage those relationships or cause confusion, like storylines or whatnot. And I've heard through certain readings, other people's readings, that like, kind of positioning, like, making, how does it, proposing me to question valid support systems that I've had, like, for decades. And when I felt the energy, it's like, is it this person, or is, like, do they intend me, like, harm or wrong? And it's a no. Like, when I do a yes no, it's that internal compass that leads me straight to the energy. And then I have to I feel like the need to, which I feel like an apology is warranted, to have to even question that energy, but it's just a matter of process. So I think they understand it, because I know those energies sense, like, if there's any question about their stance. So I just know that there's, you know, that energy of, like, trying to tail along. That was good validation. All right. So part of the gifts here for me is to recognize that like, there's validity, like, there's credentials, like, Tina, yeah, that's what's happening. You know, like, when wolves or coyotes or whatever, they howl, do wolves howl, or is it just coyotes? I don't know. Okay, I think they're cousins or something like that. So when they howl, it's like this empathetic release of, like, I see you, or I feel the same way. So it's like, holler at you, you know? So there's that type of energy there. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so my third takeaway is air. What is that? Gemini. No, this is Archangel Michael's sword. Like, and it's like, if the sword is not there, like, the Schwartz is in you, Tina. It's the same. Like, it's crazy. You know. Hold on. Okay. The clarifier for that is 3 of Cups in reverse. yeah, you have to celebrate, like, how do I say it? The efforts to understanding, the ambiance, like the landscape and its like elements. Your connection with that is something that you have to celebrate for yourself. I mean, I don't think I have any, I don't know. What am I saying about that? This is a very singular experience in which, like, I can take delight in these learnings, like understandings. Clarifier for that. It feels a little like swimmy. I don't know. The Fool card in reverse. So as you're journeying along, it's the objectivity. Like, that's why I had to set my foot down and, like, people being all up in my space here in my home. Like, you deserve to have that intimate experience of authenticity, that ultimate vulnerability of each and every experience that you have. It's essential in digesting the material. It's part of your journey to be able to, like, laugh by yourself, to cry by yourself without being like, oh, there's somebody here, so I gotta, like, curb it a little bit. You know, so if somebody's cramping your OG style, that's a problem. And I don't think some people realize that. I don't think some people have the intention, especially with this backing energy. Yeah, I feel like that. So, yeah, so, okay, so the Three of Cups, in its air element is, okay, so love play. The union has a fertile and good result. See the filled cups and the dancing seahorses, happiness and harmony. When it is in its air phase, happiness is tested. Yeah. So, oh yeah. So, I would hope that would be honored. Well, you know, and if it's not honored, I don't really have to go around hoping for it. Things will just handle itself, you know? I have that kind of backup. All right. So I'm going to take one collective takeaway from here. Oh gosh, I did that. I have my 8:30 rise and shine alarm. Okay. The caged bird is caged no more. Oh my gosh, this is the queen without her crown, and she's been caged. Okay, but no more. Okay, so for free. There's something about an orientation, like walking down a path that hasn't been walked before, by us anyway. And then there's a Knight of Swords. This is more so the Knight of Swords than anything, because he has a horse that's like, he's being like this is a circus horse, where it's like, there's kind of like, you know, the abusive, like, circus, like, you know, like, no, I'm just doing this because he said so, like, you know, because I don't have any other way, and, you know, it's kind of like fake dark horse energy, like somebody trying to get ahead, like, from feeling far, far behind, so acting like so it's like rape and pillage type of energy, you see? But it's in reversal. Both are in reversal. So there's some kind of, like, what the heck? Orientation? Initially, I got that because I'm trying to, like, understand it, so I just said orientation in its, like, safe aspect. But this originally felt like, to me, like there's no turning back. The path is, like, already set in stone, and, like, as you move along, it's, like, blocked off. You know, like, yeah, there's something like, you can't unsee things once you've seen them, you know? And, when we're looking at being, like, You know how people try to chase a high? So it's a more like comprehensive, like feeling type of energy to get the most out of like your experiences. This is like, um, so once you're freed, it's like you don't want to go back to the same things 100%. Like old establishments, like even though it looks like pretty, it's almost like a Thomas Kincaid painting, like what it's like kind of known for, and its like vibe is it's I don't know, to a more like to a calendar that you throw away like when half the year, like you ignore after a half a year has passed, you know. It's that comparative view of something that was once nice, is now just like picturesque in its snapshot form. So it's like our path before has it's becoming more disposable, like, but like not in its like lack of gratitude, like that was nice while it was there, but now I'm due for something more. And what it's showing me is something that's quite fruitful, because it's not the like there's something that was saved in all of these collective energies. Like something was saved from this type of energy, like furthering this type of energy. Like a lot has been eliminated, like reduced. It's like, yeah, kind of like damage control, but it's not like an aftermath damage control type of thing. Yeah. Okay, that's it for now. 2 hours later. Yay! Okay. Thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. Praise Allah. Okay. What else do I want to say? I call back all my power, energy, essence, gift, strength from those that generate, call upon, cast, bring. Did I say bring? Anyway. Magnify, multiply, and or any variation thereof the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity, to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for refortification. Me, only me, has free, no doubt, and no attachment except for all bonus points included. Batteries included. Renewable resources included. Okay. Upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout in light and love. We'll close the portals in this reading now.